Hello everybody, it's Mr.Po. I hope you are doing well. This is another update on Nano tanks. So there were a lot of things happening and I want to share with you what, and some of them are not so pleasant. Well, everything looks more or less okay right now. Oh, here is a plastic kinda, thing that I use to close the lid of the container when I acclimate the fish. So let's take a look first of all at this aquarium. Nothing fancy is happening here, everything is the same. You see Dumbo guppies, we have also those antlers, some shrimp colony happening, so plants are growing nicely. Duckweed has taken over the tank. Well, there are some leaves still melting from Bellisneria. The guppy grass has growing a little bit more. Well, a lot of shrimp, fish. I've been moving fish here and there. I will tell you right now why. So the question is why I moved the fish. Well, to be honest, I wanted some changes in the aquarium in this one. On the right side, it's why? Because I wanted to have something different than guppies. I mean, like, I love guppies. These are probably my favorite fish because they are hardy, they are playful, colorful, not very expensive. This also plays the role, but I want something else. And what is the problem? The problem is we do not have a lot of choice in our local fish stores. For example, what can you put in a 5-gallon? Maybe a guppy, okay, but I have guppies, so I need something different. Maybe, I don't know, Chile rasbora probably, we do not have this. Galaxy rasbora, also we do not have this. So that's why when I found out that there is a Harlequin rasbora available in my local fish store, I just ran and grabbed some. So in this aquarium you can see some Harlequin rasboras. I also posted some Instagram posts about those guys, so you can see them right now. They are kind of juvenile rasboras. When I brought them and acclimated them, the fins were damaged a little bit, maybe because of the conditions they were living in. These were not the most perfect conditions you can find. Well, but now they are a little bit better than before. They eat, they swim, they kinda enjoy the environment. So that's, let's hope for the best and keep an eye on them. So I've been quarantining them for a week or so, then moved them into this aquarium. And that's pretty much what happened to rasboras. But I also made one mistake. Let me just tell you what it was. So I bought other fish as well with these rasboras, and these were Rhodostomos or Rhodostomos probably, yes, or Ruminose tetras. And you know what, first of all, they do not fit in these aquariums that well, because they are kind of like, they grow a little bit bigger. You can keep maybe a pair or something, but not very high amount, of course. But these fish were kind of sensitive, and they are known to be very sensitive to water changes. I acclimated them, the water was fine. I mean, I always keep an eye on that. It was filtered and the temperature was okay, around 23-24 degrees. But unfortunately, all these Ruminose tetras passed away, they didn't make it. So the question is, what exactly happened with these ruminoses? Well, first of all, as I've said, these are sensitive fish, and I have never had them. And I was thinking that I would be able to do that, and turns out I couldn't, and I was very depressed and sad, several days ago. But there can be another factor that also played the role. So I was at this local fish store where I bought these Ruminose tetras, and I discovered that there are no ruminoses. I mean, I was there maybe several days ago again after I bought this fish, and they were less than before. And I was there yesterday, and I didn't see any. I don't know, maybe they moved them, maybe they quarantined them, or maybe they passed away, who knows, because honestly they didn't look as very healthy fish, and considering that they are very sensitive, maybe when they were transported, the conditions in which they were transported, it affected their health and immune system so much that they just didn't make it. It can happen. And also considering that dramatic water changes happened over the course of all those movements, you know, they were in one area with one type of water, then they moved to this fish store, there were different like, you know, water conditions, and then later to my water, maybe this also played the role. So, you know, that was really sad and upsetting. And you know, the most difficult part here is that you take a responsibility of the living things, no matter how small they are, and when this happens, this is very sad, and you know, you just think about this constantly, you know. Well, the reason why I was at this fish store yesterday, I wanted to maybe have something different in my aquarium. I mean, like, there are 3 Rasboras, but I wanted something else as well. And you know what? I came up with an idea of having black guppies. Before I put some snakeskin guppies in this aquarium, but they were very similar to those ones, and everything seemed too orangey. So I wanted another tint, another color in this aquarium to make a kind of contrast, and I found these black blue guppies. Really beautiful, playful fish, not so demanding, really forgiving in terms of water conditions and mistakes, as you know, usual. So well, nice fish, active, playful. They are not as crazy as snakeskin guppies, by the way. They're a little bit more laid back, I'd say. They look very similar to Dumbo guppies, but the coloration and the fins are slightly maybe smaller than Dumbo, but at the same time the texture of those fish is different. They are kind of velvet or something, and they have this blue tint which really matches with the color of the background, so the texture is really smooth, velvet-like. And you know, I always liked guppies, and I think that they more or less look nice in here. They ate a little bit yesterday, so, and I think that these 2 types of fish right now, they are getting on very well at the moment. So let's just keep an eye on them. I changed the water almost like 80%, and you know, I also put a heater, so the temperature is around 24 probably degrees. And you have probably noticed I changed the background, so there was a white background, I changed it to this blue gradient, so this aquarium looks like a very cheap parody budget version of ADA backlight. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to make a nice contrast for the plants. I also removed some of the hair algae here and there because there was a takeover. I removed the sponge filter, which was completely covered by hair algae. Well, sometimes I say algae, sometimes algae, you know, because of the British American difference in pronunciation of this word. And you know, fish keeping enthusiasts, aquascapers, they pronounce either algae or algae depending on where they come from. So when I watch them, listen to them, you know, I get influenced by both of, you know, the pronunciations. So well, and I plan actually to have more guppy grass here, maybe install a new sponge filter, maybe clean the old one. Well, there is Marsilea starting to grow. Stones are covered in a slightly, you know, like thin layer of green algae, dust type, I guess. But I'm okay with that. This looks really nice. Well, what else? And there is a backlight for this background, by the way, so it looks almost like a backlight. So I will show you in a moment how it actually looks. Well, here is the light. Maybe it's a little bit too strong, and I will stick some tape to block some of those, you know, lights and make it a little bit less than right now, but even so it looks nice. Well, that's the update for this aquarium. A lot of things happened exactly in here compared to other tanks. Other tanks are more or less the same. And just a little bit off topic, here is the Syngonium plant. I will be talking about this a little bit later. Well, we installed this pole so that it can go up and curve itself. Well, Agleonima also grows nicely. All this is new foliage. It should stay compact, but you know, I missed this point, and because I couldn't prune these leaves, so let them grow like this. This is a younger Agleonima, but the more information about all the plants and others in this room will come in the next plant related video. That was a quick update, a quick vlog update, so thank you very much for watching this. Stay safe, and if you want to start a fish keeping hobby, I always say please consider to do so, but before that, of course, do more research. Yes, and good luck with it. So thank you once again, stay safe, take care, and see you next time then. Good luck.